Okay, Cryp Trade Capital. Now there's been a fair bit of, how should we say, there's been a few rumbles in the jungle today about Cryp Trade Capital. It was pointed out to me by a fellow marketer, a friend of mine. I just wanted to go through again something which I have been through before, about doing your proper due diligence. Now, Cryp Trade Capital has been promoted by lots and lots of people. Some very big players in the marketing niche are involved, were involved. You know, there's we're not sure whether they are or were at this particular time. But let me start by saying that it is quite easy to be drawn in. Some people spend many years coming up with ideas for scams to scam people, and they try and cover all the bases so that on the surface they look like a legitimate business. Generally speaking, they will pay out for the first few months at least. They don't generally go for more than 12 months. They're generally closed down within about 12 months, most of the outright scams. But it's very easy to be taken in by a lot of these scams, and Cryp Trade Capital could potentially be one of those that has suckered a lot of people. Now, today's date is the 2nd of October, as you can see here. It's the 2nd of October. And what I want to do is I want to show you a message. This is from the 22nd of May, 5 months ago, or 4.5 months ago. Somebody asked me to, hey bro, I need a hand looking for info on that company. You know, I have a knack for finding things out about companies. I'll send you anything I can find for you to deal with, but I thought I'd offer a hand. Now that was my proposal to a contact of mine. And we've got here, yeah man, go ahead, it's Cryp Trade Capital. What I've seen so far, it's been registered in 3 different countries: Russia, UK and Spain. The UK one was owned by a crypto baddie. Make of that what you will. Also, some people have claimed to have contacted the traders or on LinkedIn who have denied working with or for Cryp Trade. So I said I'll see what I can find out. And we've got there, is it the one whose website is Cryp Trade? Yes. Okay. So that was the 22nd of May at almost 20 past 6 in the evening. 20 minutes later, or 25 minutes later, this is what I found out. So look, 22nd of May at 18:46, and the last message from my contact was 22nd of May at 18:18. And this is what I found out in 25 minutes. Cryp Trade list their address as 9 High Hilden Close, Kent, Tunbridge in the United Kingdom. Unfortunately, Google Maps do not cover that particular road for some reason, and so Street View is unavailable. However, you can see from Google Maps that the property appears to be in a residential property and not a commercial property. The same address is also the correspondence address for a Jonathan Moo, who is a current director, listed also as a second director of the same company called Ethernote Tech Limited, with a link to the information from Companies House. If you go to this website address, you will see that the third company has been registered using the same address as a correspondence address. This company is called GF Trade Inc Limited. If you go to checkcompany.co.uk, and under this name, another person for a company whose correspondence address is 9 High Hilden Close in Tunbridge. Company director of Doha Global Unable to find more details through company's house website as it's returning an error when I click on the more information about officers link. There is a YouTube account, username Baddie Crypto, only one video and it's in Russian. So it is possible the person is Russian, obviously, with a link to the YouTube channel. Cryp Trade Holding has a listing on their site for Cryp Baddie, but I cannot understand the language. Obviously I'm not Russian, I'm English, British. Cryp Trade Holdings is registered in Spain, but Cryp Trade Capital is registered in the UK. Now, a lot of people argued this point with me, saying that Cryp Trade Capital is in Spain. It's in Spain. It's in Alicante. It's in Spain. Cryp Trade Capital was not and was never in Spain, as far as I can tell. They were registered in the UK. Okay. Cryp Trade Capital was registered in the UK. Cryp Trade Holding is, in essence, a completely different company. Okay, Cryp Trade Holding would be a company that has been created as a holding company or an umbrella company for Cryp Trade Capital. So the two are completely different companies. The following is taken from Cryp Trade Holding website. Cryp Trade Capital was founded in August 2016 and has begun accepting investors in November 2016. Saying that, I am also in the affiliate marketing industry program worldwide. In February, Cryp Trade opened its first official office outside of the UK in Spain, embodying its vision and goals and putting confidence in investor candidates. Now, there's a link there to that page where I took that excerpt from. A contact of mine, Serkan, he done a review on his website, and his website said that Cryp Trade Capital is registered in Alicante in Spain, and that was a mistake. I did speak to Serkan, and he did rectify that as far as I know, but that was just a mistake, putting Cryp Trade Capital being registered in Alicante. So Serkan is nothing to do with this review, if you like, with this video. I'm just saying that because his name's there, and I don't want people to get you know, confused and think that this post is about, or this video is about Serkan. It's not. It was a simple mistake in a review that he did. So yeah, so that there tells me, you know, pretty much that that, you know, you need to that we need to pay more attention to this particular company. Now, where are we? Right, so this guy has been named as working for or owner of various trading companies. Cryp Trade Capital is just one of them. So I'm not sure that's what I was asked. So I'm not sure that's what's happened. The property looks like a residential property, but it seems to be being used as a correspondence address for multiple companies, although it could be fraudulent. It's impossible to say without actually going to the property and looking at its use. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the time to go through all of my messages to find the one that will show that I actually had somebody go to the address. Somebody who didn't live too far away actually drove to the address, drove down the road, went to where the address should be, and there is no number 9 on that street. The numbers go up to number 7, and then at the very end of the road is a residential care home. Okay, it's a residential care home, which would be number 9. Now, the person who went to investigate the property for me actually spoke to a postman who was doing his rounds and asked for a number 9, and the postman said there was not a number 9 on that particular road. So again, we have an address that doesn't exist, being used by multiple companies, at least 2 of them with Russian ties. So So to me, that is a major cause for concern. Holding and trade are both part of the same company, but holding is the main company, the umbrella for the other companies. Like Telefonica is the holding company or umbrella company for O2. Holding is registered in Alicante, but trading is registered in the UK. Lots of people mixing this up and suggesting that trading is registered in Spain when it is not. Now, this only took me 25 minutes to find this information, and yet people still don't take the time to protect themselves and their investments. So we've got here, so Cryp Trade Capital is UK, Cryp Trade Holding is Spain, and part of the same company. Cryp Baddie also involved in other trading sites and all registered to Kent address. But I see, that was the question I was asked. But again, as I said here, I can't confirm that Cryp Baddie is involved in the other companies. The other companies are only using the same address as a correspondence address, and without seeing the property to see if it's residential or commercial, I'm not willing to confirm that the same person is responsible for the other companies. Now, one thing I don't do, guys, is I don't give false information, okay? I could have turned around here and said, yeah, that's right, you know, but I didn't. I've done my research, and what the research that I find is the research that I will pass over. I won't add to, I won't subtract from. What I find is what I find, and that is what needs to be told. But again, I mean, it is but no proof, so I have to be careful what is said about that bit. But the rest of it was all online. If you look in the right place, you will see if anyone is near that address. I will see if anyone is near that address and see if anyone can go around to see if it's residential or commercial, okay, which I did actually do. So the property at the end of the road is an old people's home. I'm trying to find a phone number for the Cryp Trade address. I couldn't find a phone number. I wanted to ring them at that address and find out what I could. Let's see what else we've got here. So the property at the end of the road is an old people's address. See, red flags all over, but no silver bullet. Okay, so although there's lots of red flags, there's no definitive proof. And because there was no definitive proof, I was unable to post about this. I told people in passing, I told people in private messages, but I could not release a post or a video saying that they are a scam because I did not have the silver bullet. Okay. DOHA Global Private Investment uses the same correspondence address. It is a Russian site. Okay, so you know there is evidence that these businesses are related in a way, as they all have Russian contacts. As you can see here, this is Russian. Cryp Trade Capital Limited. This was sent to me by my contact that showed that it was actually Cryp Trade Capital registered in Glasgow. But it's not. It was registered in Kent. And we have here, founded in 2016, Cryp Trade Capital, you know, currently registered in Bath. Now this is Scotland and UK are quite separate. I believe that Scottish registered companies are not on the same registration as UK registered companies. Okay, which means that this person has registered in two parts of the UK the same business. There are several companies at that postcode that are Russian in the postcode above. Yeah, and that's, you know, I mean, that alone should be enough for anybody to think to themselves, hang on a minute. But the problem is people don't do their in-depth research. Most people will just listen to what a leader says. So if a leader that they follow says, yeah, this is golden, this is great, this is going to make you thousands and thousands of dollars, and people just jump in and join it without doing their own due diligence. And this has led to countless people losing their investment, losing money which they can't afford to lose. Lots of people start working online because they want to get out of the situation they're in, the financial situation they're in. And although it's not a quick fix, some people put in, well, let's just say more money than they should. And then when this happens, when companies stop paying or vanish, and they're left in the shit, and they've got no way of clawing back their money. Now, the reason that I'm doing this video and showing you the evidence that I've got, and again guys, remember this here is from 22nd of May, 22nd of May, 22nd of June, July, August, September. So 4.5 months, or 4 months and 2 weeks, yeah, about 4.5 months ago this was done. Okay, and I said it then, and and I've told various leaders between now and between then and now, and because I'm not as big a leader as they are, okay, because I don't have teams the size that they do, because I've not been working online for the amount of years that they have, my findings get dismissed. Now let's go over to this gentleman here, James Ashmore. I've seen a lot of this guy's videos. He generally does an awful lot of research before he joins anything. He's got a great deal. He's got almost 3,000 subscribers on his channel. He's got lots of videos. His videos are really good. I remember him doing some about a previous traffic exchange website, and he managed to get some information that other people couldn't get, and he found out a lot of information, and was made some brilliant videos sharing that information. So James is a great guy to follow. Always got some cracking information. But James here actually went to Alicante today, the 2nd of October. He actually went to Alicante today, and went to the Cryp Trade Capital web address in Alicante. So let me just play a little bit of this, and I might skip through some of the parts, but we'll get to a point, the point that's relevant.
This is a message for the people that have followed Grace and myself in Cryp Trade Capital over the last several months, and it is an unfortunately extremely serious message and very disturbing. Many of you will know that we joined this company on the recommendation of some friends, and of course anytime someone recommends you a business like this, you should only invest funds that you can afford to lose. And you do it on your own initiative. You do it because you've done your own risk assessments and so forth. So, I never complain about being introduced to something. I watched the business for 3 or 4 months before I took a position in it, and I watched videos about people visiting the office in Spain. I watched videos of 2 major congresses that they had. I got invitations to some of their meetings. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to visit them, or maybe it was fortunate. But it's October the 2nd, and as I had indicated in a video, several videos, I was going to be in Spain already, for some other business that I have in Spain, and so I decided to go to Alicante to visit the Cryp Trade Capital office. So I sent a number of requests and emails to the company, really never got an answer. I also attempted in the live chat in Cryp Trade Capital to get an answer from them. And then I did finally send another email and finally got an answer. So this was one that I sent on September 27th, whenever that was. I think it was the end of last week. It was certainly not the first one that I had ever sent. When was the 27th? Let's see. Yeah, the 27th was last Wednesday. And now it's Monday morning, October 2. So I said I'm visiting Alicante next Monday and will come to the office to visit you. Can I get an appointment, please? Best regards, James. I got a response back from Mr. James Ashmore on the 29th, which would be Friday. Dear James and Grace, we're waiting for you on working days during working hours. The CEO of the company is on a business trip now, but you will be able to communicate with the rest of the staff. So I had responded to that. I replied, hello, thank you very much. I'm sorry the CEO is away. We'll look forward to meeting others of the staff team. I will visit you Monday morning. Kind regards, James. And, you know, so you can see the correspondence there. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I went to the office this morning on Monday morning, October the 2nd, and no one was there. So I have returned back. I'm back in my hotel in Alicante. You can still see I'm here off the coast of Spain, and in a hotel in Alicante, Spain. And I'd like to show you what I found out. And I will play you a short video that I did. And then when I got back, I found that I had not recorded as much as I had.
Right, I'm going to forward this now to where he actually visits the address in Alicante. So if you just bear with me for a second. I think this is it.
The building, that's the street address, that is number 37. On the inside of that floor is different. 3 little cubbies said.
Let's find it.
That gentleman, now video that I did, and then this is at the offices. I'm at the offices of Cryp Trade Capital, according to their website. I came to the building, to the address given. They say that they have offices on the 2nd floor. This is the 2nd floor. And as you can see, the lights are out. There's nobody answering the door, and there's no activity here. The gentleman downstairs has informed me that these people are closed. You can see the 2nd floor, and this is the office, and you can see inside that there's no activity, and it's dark inside. So that's Cryp Trade Capital, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the whole office space. Oh, the lights just went off. Let me turn it back on. So yeah, that's what I was able to see. I did double check for myself that the space is obviously empty, and there's no other entrances, so it's not a question, did I miss the entrance, or was there another entrance that I missed? No. I went back downstairs to talk to the doorman a little bit further, and then you saw my very shocked, I mean, I'm still horribly shocked, because my wife and I had fairly significant funds in there. We'd also done some recruiting and some people in there. We have been, but I mean, you can see other reports. Some people have just been to this massive event that they just did. Oh, and by the way, you can see the photo shows Alicante, Valencia, Spain, October 2 at 11:14 a.m. So I went there at about 10:30 and spent about 45 minutes around the office. So you can see what's actually, the timestamp. It's actually timestamped. They just finished doing this huge, beautiful, glorious Congress in Turkey with, hundreds and hundreds of people, where they've entertained all those distributors quite lavishly. You get finally an English-speaking response back from the company. They finally have someone who speaks English, apparently, and they've been having some difficulties. So I have dug around a little bit further. I was told that they've been having some payment difficulties also, and that certainly has come up in the short time, I would think. So they've been having a hard time to withdraw from Poloniex to cover all the payments because they were growing too fast. So that's what I've been told about their cash flow situation. But that I only learned after I came back from the office and started asking some people, because all the reports, both from our sponsor and from anybody else who's been a leader in this company, has been all indications are full speed ahead. And so I just couldn't be more shocked to be reporting to you that the office is empty. They've disappeared. They're not responding to emails as to where they are. And at least according to a doorman, and bear in mind this is not the most authoritative source in the world, but he understood. I asked him where they went, because a doorman would normally know. If someone's moving out of a building, a doorman normally knows where they have gone. So I asked him in at least, baby Spanish, ¿Dónde va? Where did they go? And he said he didn't know. And he knew well enough, to tell me they were finished. And then he used the English word closed. So that's not moved. That's closed. And so, this is a really disturbing situation.
Well, there you have it. I'm sure there's going to be lots of information bounded about on Facebook, on YouTube, about Cryp Trade Capital. I do hope that there is a mistake somewhere. I always hope, when I find bad information about a particular company, and I know people are getting involved, I always hope that my research is wrong. Sometimes excuse me, sometimes my research doesn't pull up anything that looks to be a major red flag, but sometimes it does. Cryp Trade Capital is not something that I invested in. It's not something that I promoted. I have spoken to some leaders regarding Cryp Trade Capital and the information that I found. I was, in no uncertain terms, told that basically, well, everyone's getting paid, so your research is wrong. I'd like to point out that every scam business will pay initially. Okay, every scam business will pay initially. They spend years coming up with these ideas to scam you. For anywhere between 3 to 12 months, they will pay. And then once they have an influx of people, when they get to the point where they feel they have reached their peak of investors, they will close their doors and vanish, unfortunately. I hope that anybody who has invested in Cryp Trade Capital, I hope that they have been able to at least get their seed money out. If you have, be grateful. You may have had a lot more money in there that you've earned, but be grateful that you have managed to withdraw your seed money. If you haven't, then I am sorry for you. I genuinely feel for you and your families, because I know a lot of people will suffer because of various businesses disappearing, vanishing, closing down, shutting up shop, closing their doors and moving on. I do hope still that I'm wrong about Cryp Trade Capital. James, who was just in that video I played you, he generally does some fabulous research. I mean, he actually went to the building, you know. If I was to invest in Cryp Trade Capital at the beginning, a significant amount, then I would have wanted to visit them myself and check things out. But I did not, because I did not invest, and it was not something I was going to invest in. So I hope that you've been able to reclaim your seed money at least. Anyway, unfortunately it wasn't a particularly happy video, but I hope this has been of some use to you. Remember, it only took me 20-25 minutes to find the information that I found about Cryp Trade Capital 4.5 months ago. 25 minutes of your time, or even an hour of your time, to look into a business that you're going to invest thousands of dollars into. You know, do you think that Richard Branson, Bill Gates, you know, do you think any of these people would invest into a business that they haven't done their proper due diligence? Of course they wouldn't, and you shouldn't either. You want to change your life, you want to change your financial situation, then you need to start taking the time to do your research properly, do your due diligence. 20-25 minutes it took me to find that information. I managed to find somebody who lived close by to take a drive down the road and have a look for me, which was, I'm very grateful for them for doing. Again, I had red flags, but I didn't have a silver bullet. I had no definitive proof that Cryp Trade Capital was a potential flop. Therefore, I couldn't publicly post the information that I had found. But when people spoke to me about them, I told them the information that I had found in private, in a personal message, as my opinion. I have saved some people from getting involved in such company. I just hope that other people can start doing their research properly before joining these businesses, especially now that there are so many businesses surrounding Bitcoin that are designed with the sole intent to scam people. And remember, with Bitcoin, guys, once it's gone, it's gone. You can't get it back. It's not like PayPal where you can do a clawback, or any of the other payment processors. Bitcoin, you can't claw it back once you've sent it. So please be vigilant, please be careful, and that's it from me. Thank you for your time, thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe and like. If you've got any comments, please leave them below. But other than that, thanks again, and take it easy.